First off, Matt Stevens, guitarist, co-songwriter for the Gloom in the Corner. Cheers for making some time to have a chat with myself and Craig, mate. I really do appreciate your time, man. Congratulations on the single that was released 10th of April. Fucking killer, dude. And I'm just got to say, dude, I've been watching your guys unfold for the last few years, and I really enjoy your work. So, cheers, man.
Thank you. That's really nice to hear, dude. Thanks.
First off, dude, can you tell us a little bit about the Gloom in the Corner for people who don't realise or know who you guys are?
Dude, that's like a real big question considering what we do.
Yeah, I know, because each for those who don't know the Gloom in the Corner, you have a really, really cool concept that I really enjoy, man. So,
I mean, at first, I guess we're a metalcore band, but we're also a concept band. So we, instead of concept albums, we like everything is an interlinked story, and we can't actually make music without it being part of our concept, which is different to a lot of other artists, I think. I guess the story. Do you want me to give a brief rundown of the story, or?
Yeah, for those who don't know, I kind of know about Jay and Sherlock Bones and the whole story involved with the 3 albums, but a brief rundown for those who don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, it's basically a story crafted by our vocalist Mikey. Like he is the architect of that, all of that kind of stuff. So he's going to tell it better than I'll ever tell it. But yeah, essentially there's like a supernatural world, and there's a whole organization called Section 13, and what they do is they exist to make sure that everything is running okay and all these supernatural elements are like kept in check. But because they've got so much power and they have people working for them with superpowers, they are a bit power hungry, and they do things that they probably, shouldn't do. And our main character, Jay, he actually works for them, but he has a bunch of issues with them. And I guess the concept of what a gloom is, which is quite important, is a gloom is like an entity that would take you over, similar to the story of Jekyll and Hyde. A gloom is like, I guess, a force or a conscious being that lives inside you, and it just takes over and makes you do bad stuff, and you lose patches of time in your life.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. I love how the story has unfolded, and for me, the one thing I really do enjoy, like metalcore is what you do, but you do so much. There's so much happening with you. You have this story, which I enjoy the heck out of listening to a whole album. And with you guys, you put the album on, and you got to listen to it to get the most out of the Gloom in the Corner. I believe you got to listen to the whole album, and that's one thing I do really enjoy, because it tells a story from start to finish, man.
Yeah, that's how, we really try, and so it's like a movie soundtrack even to a movie that doesn't exist really, but yeah.
Yeah, and the vocal delivery, I don't know if you mind me drawing comparisons, but I kind of feel a lot of like King 810 vibes from you guys, dude. I enjoy the heck out of David Gunn's vocal deliveries, and Mikey does an amazing job, and he does that metalcore, but you also have this infusion of like, you have a bit of new metal going on, you have like straight up hardcore metal going on. It's just so much going on with the albums. It's really a joy to listen to.
Yeah, we just kind of like listen to everything, and Mikey's actually our main songwriter. We all have input, but usually the inception of the ideas with Mikey, typically with most of the songs at least. So I think this really comes from just how he songwrites. He tends to write in like, he'll have an idea for a song, and he'll, try and make it special in some way. He'll never write a song that is just some, generic kind of thing. He'll always have to write a song around an idea or around a theme or, something. So it's just got a bit, so it feels full, I guess.
It does, and it has that storytelling element to it, which is really great.
Yeah.
The cover of Violence, man. Violence is the first of, I think, a set of 3 standalone singles, and I'm really looking forward to how this unfolds, because you got the cover art tying into it as well, and you got the single, which is all going to tie into as the 3 get brought out. Can you tell us a little about the Violence track to begin with, and then the artwork?
So, I mean, the artwork is, we were really excited to do this. This artwork almost didn't happen, just because it's such a heavy concept. Like, it's, I don't know if you can see from the image, but it's actually a left third of a table. And the whole table is a homage to like the Last Supper. of that painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the thing we really wanted to talk about with this one is there's some very important people in the middle, and it is the Last Supper for someone, but the fans will find that out by the last song. So yeah, that's really where the artwork was. The artwork is, I guess, a celebration of the era, because this arc of our story will be the end of the albums of Fear Me, Homecoming, Flesh and Bones, and yeah, finally this 3-track. This is kind of like the end of that era. So yeah, all the artwork that will come out will have all of our characters, all our favorite characters from everyone. Yeah, so Violence as a Song is an anthem for the Glooms. So yeah, it's basically just about hating everything and everyone. And yeah.
That's really cool. And you signed to Collision Course Records for this, eh?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we've been chatting to Tim for a while, and I kind of knew that, Tim knows his way around a couple of kind of fantasy stories, that kind of stuff, and I knew like he would be a perfect fit for us. And also, he's absolutely destroying the PR game. He's easily one of the best in Australia, especially for the metal scene. So, it was something we talked about to him for ages, and I'm really, really glad we made that happen.
Yeah, he's doing some unbelievably great things and spreading the love with the Australian music scene, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's turned me on to some great bands over the years. That's one thing, definitely, man.
Oh, yeah, he knows how to pick them. I mean, especially when he started working with Wind Waker, I was like, oh, okay, I'm ready for these dudes to, destroy everything.
Yeah, so what's next, dude? When I know with the lockdown, with everything, it's kind of thrown everything into chaos, dude.
Yeah.
What's the next step for you guys, and where can we go to probably support you as well? That's what I want to know, dude. I jumped on today and got a shirt, grabbed myself a shirt, and got some of the other things as well, dude, so I'm pretty looking forward to that.
Yeah. So we had some plans originally. We were meant to play Download, and we had a headline tour scheduled for Violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty shattered about Download. Like, My Chemical Romance headlining that one, that's like such a huge band. Like, I'm literally right now staring at a My Chemical Romance poster in my room right now. So, like, yeah, it's pretty shattered that we couldn't play that show. But, we were, what were you going to say?
Yeah, My Chem, pretty good, man. I remember getting into them as well. Welcome to the Black Parade era.
Oh,
I've seen them many a year ago. I think it was the Big Day Out, dude, and that was a pretty killer set, eh?
Yeah, I've never seen them, so... Oh, no, sorry. I did see them, but I was on their Danger Days run, which was pretty cool, but I kind of wish I saw the Black Parade, like, when that was what they were coming out with. But, I guess we had a tour as well, which I'm pretty shattered about. When all this is over, we're hoping to do a tour with the next single, or, if everything's not over by then, we'll do it definitely with the final single. And we've got, something really exciting for the live show in store for people. Hopefully we can do that. We'll probably just postpone it, what we've got planned for that, until we can do it actually. But, and for supporting us, just listening to us on Spotify really is the main thing. Just like keeping interest in us, I guess, is the important thing. 'Cause like this is a time where we can't play to people and we can't, I guess, keep people interested through the live aspect. So just even people caring about what we're doing right now is the best way to support us.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy the heck out of you guys, and I'm hanging to catch you guys live when all this is over. So this is going to be really, really cool, dude. I want to ask though about how you approach with, Mikey's a storyteller, and that's so bloody cool for me. I really, as I was saying, enjoy the heck out of the stories you guys tell. How does that come when you're creating songs? Like, do you lay down the riffs, the guitars, or does he come in with a story kind of vocals written down? How do you work this into your songs?
Yeah, so there's been several different ways that we've kind of done this before. Sometimes it's usually, for me, my songwriting, because I don't write any of the lyrics or really much of the story. When we have a song that I've kind of started with, I'll usually flesh out a whole song. Like I'll write the drums, I'll write the guitar, write the bass, and then I'll send that to the guys and be like, hey, I've got this demo. And then Mikey will kind of work his magic on it and be like, I like these bits, don't like these bits, and we'll kind of work on that together. In terms of Mikey writing, he usually has an exact idea of like what he wants the mood to be and how the lyrics are going to be and what kind of part of the story it's actually going to tell. The only time he doesn't kind of have a concept of what part of the story is going to tell is when he writes his fuck off stupid heavy songs, like when he does like Bleed You Out, and I think even Violence was similar. It was just, he's just writing because he's like, I've got these sick ideas for like riffs and stuff, and then he adds what it's actually about after. But the more ballady and melodic ones, he definitely knows what he's trying to convey prior. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's unbloody real how it's played out, and I'm really looking forward to the next step of the Gloom in the Corner, man. Before we go, dude, I want to ask, I forgot to ask, who done the artwork, man?
Oh, yeah, the artwork. So, Flesh and Bones and Homecoming and Violence, all done by the same dude, Sam Mayle. He's ridiculous, dude. All his artwork is so phenomenal. Just, I find the detail that he gets on faces, I've never seen anything like it. It's so nice to look at. Also, just the shading and the color palette is just amazing. Like, I love his artwork. So definitely check out Sam Mayle if you get a chance.
Yeah, well, it's some pretty cool. The Flesh and Bones cover with Sherlock sitting back. It was that Jay sitting back there, man. There. That looks so cool, man. I have to admit, that was the first album I actually rocked from you guys, and I went back and then done a little more research and listened to a little bit more of you guys, and I was like, wow, this is so really cool. The little nuances you have with that, the music and the storytelling, it was really a joy to come across you guys, eh?
Yeah, I mean, literally, you've basically touched on like what we want from people listening to our music, which is just like, we want to create a world that you can kind of get lost in. Like, you get lost in this like rabbit hole of just listening to song after song and just being like, what the fuck is going on in this part of the story? What's happening here? And that's something we're really working on. Just trying to, I guess, like convey this story to more people. That's a challenge that we're trying to, and you know, if that means like comic book tiles or if that means more music videos, we're trying to get it done just so it's like there's more to sink your teeth into for people like you and other listeners. Yeah.
Exactly, and I like the way you're playing this out too, setting it out to 3 standalone singles that are going to all tie in together to kind of finish off this story and this stage of the Gloom in the Corner. And I am really excited for this to kind of finish off, but also it's going to be a new beginning for you guys because then it can start a new story as well.
Yeah, so what comes after this, like having an album, so after we finish up these 3, there's going to be an album, and that's there's going to be a host of new characters, a host of, new stuff going on. The world's going to be flipped on its head, I think. But yeah, it's exciting. It's very exciting.
It is. And that is so cool to hear, man. I really look forward to it. Matt, thank you so much for making some time to have a chat to me in this crazy time. Everyone, get out there, support the Gloom in the Corner, grab some merch. I made sure I did today. So everyone else, if we can all get along and support the scene and support bands like the Gloom in the Corner, that would be freaking awesome. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Joe. Nice chatting to you, man.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you very much.